Hello and welcome back. This is another stronger live class. So I'd like you to kneel on your surfboard. Maybe your mat doesn't look like a surfboard, but imagine it's a surfboard. So I want you to kneel on sort of the back half of it. Rest your palms on your thighs. Lift through the crown of the head. Hug the shoulder blades back slightly so that it feels like your chest feels noble and proud without feeling like you're overdoing it and trying to push your nipples out of your shirt. I want to find that happy medium where we are lifted and regal but not rigid. From here, close your eyes, rest your palms on your thighs. And tune into your breath. Invite in stillness now that we can cultivate and grow later on in some of our standing poses. But the Sanskrit word for pose, asana, means seat. And it means that what we're trying to do is remain comfortably seated in our soul, no matter what our body is subjected to. Take this opportunity to feel grateful. And the easy way to do that is simply to say thank you in your mind. Think of a reason after that to have said it. And once you've given yourself a reason, say thanks again and find another reason to have said it. And you'll find, I hope, that you could do this all night. Take one more deep breath through your nose. And let out a sigh. All right, let's stretch out. Place your hands on the top of your space. Step your feet to the back of your space and lift your hips up. Press your heart back towards your feet without looking at your feet. So the mat that I use here, it's stronger, is a surfboard, but it's very specifically designed with lines and different landmark points. So basically I'm looking straight down at the S on my board, which would be like looking in the mirror if my mat was a mirror, looking into my own eyes. Maybe your hands slide on your mat. Maybe your feet. Remember, just move around, bend your knees. I'm kind of experiencing that right now. I'm using a big Raven yoga mat, my preferred yoga mat. Link in the description, guys. But sometimes the mat's dry and it's slippery. Sometimes it's wet and it's slippery. You gotta find that nice medium. You gotta get to know your mat like you get to know your own body. Pedaling your feet and moving around. What's he talking about? All right. Now press your heart back towards your feet and try to push your butt against the top of the back wall behind you with your hands pushing you back. Inhale, lift your heels up high. As you exhale, press them slowly down. As you inhale, draw your knees down to the mat. As you exhale, sit to your heels. Let your forehead kiss the mat if it's willing to go there. Inhale, come forward into a tabletop. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. And then inhale to plank. And exhale, bend your elbows. Do a push-up. Good to go straight down, all the way down, and straight up, all the way up. Press back into downward facing dog. Let's do all of that again. As you inhale, lift your heels up high. Exhale, slowly press them down. Inhale, chest forward, knees down. Exhale, hips back, head down. And then spring forward. You can leave your knees on the mat while your elbows do the push-up, or you can lift the knees, your call. Touch your chest all the way down, push all the way up. And press back. We're gonna do one more. As you inhale, lift your heels up high. As you exhale, press them slowly down. Inhale, knees to the mat, chest forward. Exhale, hips back, chest down, head down. And then back to a tabletop. Lift your knees if you want to, or leave them down. Bend the elbows, touch the chest to the floor. Push up, press back. Lift your right leg into the air, and step between your thumbs. Rise up. Vinyasa, high lunge. Take those hands up into the air. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And let's hold here just for a moment. You can wiggle around. Bend your knees. There's no right or wrong way to do it. We're just trying to create sensation, restore range of motion, stimulate blood flow, soothe central nervous system. Lean forward and reach back. And then lightly step your left foot next to your right. Sweep your hands up into Utkatasana. Exhale, pull the elbows down 90 degrees. As you inhale, straighten the legs and arms. Look up as your hands meet. Exhale, bow and hinge forward. Lift your left leg into the air. Exhale, step it back. Pull the hips low to your mat. Reach your right hand up. Look up to see where your right hand went. Deliberately push into your left palm, but keep the hips low. Reach down, step back, touch your chest to the mat at least once. You can do more. If you're feeling frisky, press back when you are done. Let's take a deep breath right here. Exhale it out. And let's do the other side. Lift your left leg, breathe in. Exhale, step between your thumbs. When you're ready, reach both hands up in the air, high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Reach up for those better angels, lunge into that left knee, straighten the right leg. The funny thing about life is you never know what's going to happen. And I never know what my daughter's going to do, so she's behind this bookcase on the in the bathroom, taking a bath and singing to herself. I can't quite figure it out, but let's all just hold here and breathe for a moment. Feel that first lunge. Invite in the burning. Invite in the effort. Lean forward, reach back. Hug the shoulder blades onto your back. Feels like you're pressing your collarbones to the top of your shirt. Put as much weight in your left foot as you can. And then slide or lightly step your right foot forward. Reach your hands up, Utkatasana. You can see there's those two stripes between my big toes. Make sure you've got a gap of 3 or 4 inches there. Pull the elbows down, press the forearms back. You shouldn't be able to see your arms unless you were to turn your head. Rise up. Hands meet as you look up for them. Exhale, hinge forward. Lift the right leg. Step back. And then pull the hips down. That's the left knee bending, allowing those hips to come down. And then the left hand goes up. Not just reaching up, guys, but actually turning the torso and possibly even hugging the left knee in towards the right side of the torso, like your left knee and your right nipple wanted to kiss. Reach down, step back, and touch your chest to the floor at least once. Add in a few if you're frisky, like I said. Press back when you're done. Spread your fingers, grip your mat. Look straight down instead of at your feet, please. Little bend in the knees. Let's the low back. Pull the butt cheeks up into the air. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Lift your right leg. Exhale, step, second set. Inhale, rise up. When your hands reach up, so does your back heel. Lean forward, reach back, press your chest against your shirt, hug your shoulder blades towards your spine. Step forward, squat down. Sweep your hands up, straight line from hands to hips. Exhale, 90-degree bend in the elbows. Inhale, rise, connect the palms. Watch them meet. Exhale, hinge forward. Left leg lifts. Step it back. Pull the hips low. Inhale the right hand high. Exhale, plant the hand. Step back. At least one push-up, guys. Maybe more. Press back. Down dog. Left leg lifts. Step between your thumbs softly. Reach both hands up, breathe in. Back heel high, back leg straight. Exhale, lean forward, reach back. Pull your armpits away from the top of your mat. Step forward lightly. Squeeze those arches of your feet towards each other. Exhale, pull your elbows down, press your forearms back. Inhale, rise up, watch your hands meet. Exhale, fold forward, draw a line through your body. Right leg lifts, breathe in. Exhale, step back. Pull the hips low, the left hand reaches high. Exhale, plant your hand. Step back, touch your chest, all the way to the mat, at least once, maybe more. Now I'm going to switch cameras and we're going to do one more set, guys. You ready? Take a deep breath in, down dog. Let out and exhale slowly. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lean, reach back. Inhale, step and squat, reach up. Exhale, elbows into 90 degrees, cactus position. Inhale, straight legs, straight arms. Exhale, bow. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step back. Inhale, reach up, pull the hips down. Exhale, plant the hand, step back, and chest all the way to the floor. Press back. We got one more side, one more set. Lift your left leg. Exhale, step. Inhale, Anjane. Exhale, lean forward, reach back. Inhale, Uttanasana. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Lift the right leg, breathe in. Exhale it back. Inhale the left hand up and the hips down. Exhale, plant the hand. Step back, touch the chest. Push-ups. They're functional. They're vital. Press back. Look straight down. Big inhale. Exhale. Melt the knees to the mat. Sit to the heels. Point the toes behind you in a hero's pose. Did you ever know that you're my hero? We're going to take a moment just to catch my breath. And I'm parched, and when I'm parched, I reach for a Capri Sun. They are not a sponsor of this episode, although I wouldn't mind getting that Capri Sun money. So my daughter doesn't know I stole this. Don't tell her. Yeah, I like to suck one of those down while pretending I'm an astronaut that, sort of just came in from bouncing on the moon and I'm parched. Step your right foot forward. Oh yeah, it's gonna get weird, I think. I got a hunch. Now, left hand next to right foot. Lift the left knee. As you straighten the right leg, let your left hand slide back. And remember, I always keep a handy stock of yoga blocks nearby. That way, if the floor is too far away from my hand, and the floor is too far away from your hand if your back has to round into a turtle shell. So you can always place a block underneath it, or a small child, don't forget. Grab those kids, put them to use. All right, with two straight legs, reach your right hand up, twisted triangle. Now, if you want to move into greater depth here, you can reach your right hand over your head, palm down. And if you want to do a little bit more,
Bend your left knee and lift your left heel. And push your butt back towards your left heel. You're going to feel the load right in that left knee. Keep pressing the right leg straight, trying to slide your mat out from underneath your left foot with your right foot trying to slide forward. And release it. Nicely done, guys. Now both hands to the top corners of the mat, and the left leg lifts. You can stay here with hands on the mat, or grab your ankle with one or both hands. You don't have to lift your left leg higher, and when you pull down, don't try to pull your forehead to your knee. Try to pull your heart to your big toe. Aim to straighten that left leg by pointing the toes like a ballerina. For more, press into your right heel and plant the fingertips, step forward. Nice. Oh, that was a nice stretch. Hands on the thighs. I'm feeling it. Grab the Achilles. Look at the back of your mat, or chin to chest, look at your butt cheeks. Up to you. Push those heels down harder for more. Bend your knees slightly to spring through the heels as you rise up to standing. Hands to your heart, right ankle to your left thigh, standing half lotus. And squat down. Thumbs are touching the sternum, and pushing the thumbs forward is the sternum. The shoulder blades are on the back, shoulders are away from the ears. Firm pressure between the palms, right, big toe points left. Keep bending the left knee and trying to lift the mounds of your glutes up. So fire your low back. Remember, both of your knees are bent, so your back has a little bit easier time pulling the glutes up when the knees are bent. And release it, guys. Plant your right foot. Reach your hands up in the air, pressure in your palms. We're going to lean laterally to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, bow. Lift the left leg and step it back. Lower the left knee down. And either work the left knee back or toe heel the right foot forward. You're going to know when you're there. Trust me. Now, one cool thing you can do with the block or the dog or the small child or a book is place it underneath your thigh. That way you can sit up nice and tall and keep working left knee back and right foot forward. Now, contrary to popular opinion, you don't have to get this right leg straight. And maybe what you do is instead plant the big toe and work on creating a healthy arch of your foot. So with your ankle and plantar flexion, trying to press down into the tip of your big toe, you might feel a cramp in the arch of your foot. That's a good thing. That means you're tapping into muscles in the bottom of the foot. That's nice. Now, another option is to not worry about that big toe down and lift the toes as much as necessary to try to push your butt against your pants. For more, you could actually pull your toes back towards the shin. And don't forget to feel the side bodies from hips to underarms and try to even the length between those two sides. Then if you were to try to drag your left knee forward and your right heel back, you'll feel that energy in your pelvis. The pelvic floor now has energy to it. Let's lift the collarbones. Try to lift the glutes at the same time. Breathing all the while. And release. If you've got something underneath your leg, step it out. We're going to meet back in a downward facing dog. Plant your hands at the top of your space and step back. Pedal your feet, move around a little bit. Can't do it wrong.
Feels good. Every time we close our eyes and just experience the body straining and working, putting the body to use. All right, take a deep breath in your downward facing dog. And as you exhale, bring your knees down to the mat. Step the left foot forward, and let's get started on the other side. Now I've got my right hand next to my left foot. Right knee lifts. You can always grab a block. If you don't have a block, remember, you do have a leg in front of you. And one thing you could always do is just place your right hand on top of your left shin. And remember, just stack a few books there, whatever you need to do, so that you can feel the muscles in your back engaged to take this round turtle shell shape. We don't want to be the turtle shell. Be the turtle. So poke your tail out. Poke your head out. When you're ready, reach your left hand up. And it's not just about getting your left hand up. From that side camera, if I'm still on that thing, yes, you can see that in order to, if I can't rotate at the chest, typically the left hand will turn down towards the right heel, the back heel, and maybe even turn more until the thumb's pointing at your butt crack. So look out for that arm rotation, fooling you into thinking you're rotating the shoulder girdle from the hip girdle. And it's better to have that left hand out to the left, not reaching for the ceiling but the top of the wall, than it is for your arm to start to peel out of the movement we're trying to create. And remember, for more, you could always reach left hand over to bend right knee, lift the right heel high. Almost feels like you're trying to put your right knee on a basketball underneath your shin. And press that left leg straighter. And release it. All 10 fingertips in the top corners of the mat. Lift the right leg up. Point the right big toes. Did I say big toes on the right foot? Well, I guess maybe all of mine are big, I don't know. But point your toes. And if you feel like it, and you've got the balance, grab your ankle with one or two hands. But remember, try to pull your heart to your big toe, not to your knee or your thigh. And keep looking down at the floor in front of your left foot. And lift from your right inner thigh rather than the right outer hip if you lift at all. Release. Step to the top of your mat. And lift halfway up, stick out your butt. Again, try to become the turtle. And then you can round the back and become the turtle shell. Look behind you. And rise up. Palms meet above the head. Draw the thumbs down to the sternum. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. And begin to sit in the right hip. Flexing the right hip, the right knee. Pointing the left big toe right. Keep trying to press nipples to shirt, butt to pants. Shoulders away from the ears. Lengthening neck on all sides without it feeling like we're contorting. It should just feel like we're trying to see if there's more length. Maybe bend the right knee a little bit more. And release. Plant the left foot, reach your hands up. Pressure in your palms. Lean to your left. Inhale at center. Exhale, bow. Fingertips to the mat. Right leg lifts. Exhale it back. Bring the knee down. Grab your block. And remember, you don't necessarily need a block. All it's going to do is put your hands on something higher than the ground. But you could always take your hands off of the ground, right? Maybe you put your hands on chairs next to you. Whatever works for you, that's the right thing to do. Keep walking the right knee back.
left foot forward. We're trying to create as much separation between the front foot and the back knee as we can without the hips turning, in this case, to the right, right? If your right leg's behind you, if your left leg's in front of you, your body's naturally going to want to turn those hips. So as we begin to try to draw left leg straighter, now remember, straight isn't our goal. Maybe straighter is. Or maybe straight isn't even our goal. Or maybe we want to release the tension in the hamstring to lift the glutes to bring a straighter spine, right? Let me go back to the side cam. And then finding the straight spine, tailbone lifting from, or the shushumna, the crown of the head lifting from the tailbone. And then again, trying to press the leg straight. And then bring that scissoring energy back into the pelvis. And when you feel that energy drawing from your knee and your foot in to your groin, then lift it up right through your heart. And release. We're going to work our way back to downward facing dog. Plant the hands. Slide the left foot back. And remember, look straight down. Maybe bend the knees a little bit. Think about nipples towards big toes. How could you get those things closer together? Spread the fingers nice and wide. Press into the finger pads on all 10 fingers. And then create more space between the earlobes and the top of the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the knees down. Step the right foot out to the right. Gate position. Right hand on your outer thigh, left hand to the sky. Reach the left hand up and over. Keep working the right hand down as you breathe out. Reach that left palm over the right ankle. Release. Nicely done. Now step the right foot to the top of the mat. And then rise up into your high lunge. We're going to laterally flex again. A little bit different this time. Left hand on the top of the head. Notice that before I grip my head, my left fingers are pointing right. And when I grip my head, my left fingertips are on the right side of my temple. Okay? That's important. Now lunging into the right knee and then pressing into the ball of the back foot. Begin to reach for the mat right underneath your right butt cheek. And when you can't find any more range of motion, when you can't reach down anymore, then just try to press your right ear towards your right shoulder. And if you're gripping your head, now the muscles in your neck are helping you pull a little bit more space into your left side body. And release. Woo! Hands to the floor, slide or step your left foot forward. Lift halfway up and breathe in. Grab your ankles, pull down on the ground, breathe out. Bend your knees slightly so you can drive through the heels as you rise up. Hands to your heart. Now instead of a standing half lotus again, which would be ankle on the thigh, like you would sit on a couch and cross your legs, we're going to place the heel under the groin, the big toe over the knee, which is a slight variation of your typical tree stance. So here would be a typical tree stance. What I want you to do is point your toes forward and try to grab your left thigh with the arch and big toe of your right foot. Reach your hands out to your sides. And slowly begin to tilt to the right. Oh! I knew that was going to happen, and maybe it did for you too. But whether I'm live or not, I like to leave those mistakes in because that's the practice, right? And if you fell out, let's just try to go right back in and see if we can't get close to where we were, or maybe deeper. Oh, and release. Oh, man. Now, standing on both feet, reach both hands up in the air. Press the palms, exhale, bow. Plant the fingertips, lift the left leg and slide the left foot back. Now we're going to turn the right toes out, and we're going to turn the left heel out. So now all toes are pointing to your right. Reach your right hand up and reach over. And we're going to try to plant that left foot flat, possibly, just to work on some other range of motions in the ankle. We really want suppleness and strength in the ankle so that we're less prone to one of the most common injuries. Just push your hips up into the air while you reach right hand for left. Release. And then press back into downward facing dog. Look straight down. Slight bend in the knees. Nipples to big toes. And take a deep breath in. Lower the knees. And step the left foot out to the left. Rise up into gate position, Parigrasana. Go back to the front. Left hand on the outside of the thigh. Right hand to the sky. See, when I turn my head, I'm eyeballing that Capri Sun. I want some more of that juicy goodness. And slide your hands down. I don't even know if that's the organic kind. It's all natural. That means it's full of shit. Just breathe. Enjoy where you are. Enjoy this time to not have to check an email, doom scroll Twitter, text, check your social medias, release. All right, left foot steps forward. We're going to rise up into our high lunge. So come on up. And now right hand on the top of the head. My fingertips can tap the left side of my skull. Left hand's going to reach down. But before you do, remember, don't lean forward to try to touch the floor. I want you to try to keep your shoulder girdled. Let's go to side. Try to keep your shoulders right over your hips versus leaning forward to reach down and touch the ground, all right? Pure lateral flexion. Right hand on the top of the head. Here we go. If there was the sun directly above you, there'd be a shadow underneath your left butt cheek, and your left fingers are reaching down to touch that shadow. For more, press left ear towards left shoulder. Release. Plant the fingertips. Step the right foot forward. Lift halfway up and pull down and round. Look behind you. Rise up. Bend the knees. Spring through the heels. And now we're going to come into our modified tree stance. Standing on the right foot. We're going to take left heel under the groin and left big toe over the right knee. Now take a moment to squish those things together. Not just pushing your foot into your thigh, but your thigh into your foot. Reach your hands out. And let's tilt to the side. I'm feeling super confident on this side so far. to breathe. Oh. And the flowers are still standing. If you fell out, or if you wobbled like I did, I'm a weevil, man. Weevils wobble, but they don't fall down. Release. And if you're old enough to know what I'm referring to, you're my kind of people. Reach your hands up, breathe in, and bow as you exhale. Lift the right leg. Exhale, step it back. We're going to turn left toes left, and right toes left. And we're going to come back into that supported side plank. Remember, balancing, pushing 100% isn't always our goal. Every time we change up which joints are bent, which ones are straight, which muscles are isometric, which ones are concentric, everything, all the demands of the load on the body, they change. Release. Step back. And last down dog, guys. Grip your mat. Try to get that weight into your fingertips and off the heel of your hands. Look straight down. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, melt the knees to the mat. Point the toes, sit to the heels. Place your palms behind your feet. Look up at the ceiling. Push your chest to the ceiling with your hands and then drive from the top of your feet into your knees, pushing the shins into the floor, lifting the glutes, chin away from chest, looking at the wall behind you upside down, and bring the hips down. So nice. We're going to plant the hands in the top of the mat and slide right knee to outer right hand and slide the right foot forward. We're coming into a pigeon. Bring the elbows down. Hands in namaskar or stack your palms like pancakes and make your head the butter, resting and melting. Forehead on hands. Maybe you want to wiggle here. Maybe you want to work on an apex. Now we did create a lot of length through the side bodies. So this would be maybe a good opportunity to work on that royal pigeon. What? Now stay where you are if you want to rest. And let's pop it up if you want to work harder. Spontaneous. I cannot say spontaneous spontaneously, apparently. Reach back with your left hand. Make sure there's not a phone glued to your arm. Pulling the heel towards the hip. And maybe working toes in the elbow crease. Right hand can go up, behind your head, or right hand back for left hand. And release it. We're going to step back and flip. Right foot back into down dog. Then turn the heels left. Step the right foot behind the left thigh. And turn. Go ahead and take a seat here. Bring your right foot to your left inner thigh. And grab your left foot with your right hand. You're facing the back edge of your mat. Sorry to confuse you guys if he won't stay still. But hopefully you're watching this on a little device and you can always move it around. Oh, this is mostly for me. I'm just feeling just a little bit of tightness in my low back. All right, guys. Let's plant that right foot, flip it back over, and press back into down dog. I said the last down dog was the last down dog. What a liar. Take a deep breath in. And lower your knees. which would mean there's one more after this. Slide your left knee to the outside of your left hand, work into your pigeon. And as you bring the heart down or the elbows down, slide that right knee back, maybe even slide the right knee in slightly. You can take a moment to rest your head on your hands. You can start working into that deeper royal position. Whatever suits you today, whatever serves you, that's the right move. Let's press up, step back, and then turn the heels to the right. Step the left foot over, and as you turn, go ahead and take a seat. And bring your left foot to the right inner thigh. And then grab your right foot with your left hand. And then create that energetic tension of pulling at the left shoulder and pushing through the right heel. You can always relax and soften, let that melt, and then just push and pull again. Release. We're going to flip back over into our last, I swear, down dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. And just try to slide your mat forward with your hands out from underneath your feet and feel how that presses your heart back, opens up the chest and the shoulders. Exhale, knees to the mat, slide them up to the thumbs, cross the ankles, take a seat on the center of your mat. We're going to go straight onto our backs for a little supine twist. Plant your feet, knees are pointing at the sky. Cross the left ankle to right thigh. Lower your knees slowly to the left. Let your arms go limp wherever you're happy. And make the pose passive by just going limp. Or try to press your right knee down to the mat while you reach your right hand for the floor above your head. Release. Now plant your right foot and slide your left leg straight. And then guide your right knee over to your left again. But no matter where your right knee goes, make sure your right shoulder blade stays on your mat. Turn your head to the right to complete that circuit of rotation all the way through the cervical spine. Release. Now step your left foot back and cross your right ankle to the top of your left thigh. And slowly lower your knees to the right. And remember, make this as passive or as active as you wish. And maybe it's a little bit of both. And maybe it's one then the other, or maybe you just oscillate and work back and forth. Just pay attention to the sensations you're creating in your body, with your body. That's why it's called paying attention. It costs you something. It costs you something valuable. Super valuable. The time that you would otherwise spend doom scrolling on Twitter. You will lose that time. And release. Lift the knees so you can plant the right foot, straighten the right leg, and guide left knee over again. And this time maybe turn your head, but remember, keep your left shoulder blade down as you turn and stack the hips to the right. And release it. If your body still needs a pose I didn't suggest, please feel free to do it. Maybe draw the knees into the chest and hug the legs to the body. And maybe you got to get up and be somewhere. But hey, man, remember, you got to stop and smell the flowers. So see if you can't stay here and rest for just a moment, because this soothing after the strain, it's every bit as important as the strain itself. It's our time to soften again, to shut the body off, return the breath to autopilot. And maybe just for a moment longer, try to keep the mind attent on the body. I'm grateful you decided to practice with me today. We've got over 100 videos and a growing library on YouTube. So thanks for finding us. Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell and do all that stuff. Thank you guys for being with me today. Which camera am I on? I appreciate you so much. Namaste.